Cavaliers Live is presented by Wayside Furniture. A lot of happy fans here in downtown Cleveland on this Sunday afternoon. The Cavaliers record win number 60 for just the third time in franchise history as they take down the Clippers here today, 127-122. Revenge was certainly on the minds of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley after a huge game from Zubats out in LA. The Cavaliers delivered 6 scoring in double figures, and for the 23rd time this season, the Cavs had 3 players score 20 or more. Donovan Mitchell leading the way with his 6th double-double of the season. Hi, everyone. Welcome into our set here at Rocket Arena alongside Mr. Cavalier, Austin Carr. I'm Kaylee Griffin. It's the Cavaliers with a 127-122 victory over the Clippers here today. And Austin, this Cavaliers team is now in rare air because for just the third time in franchise history, the team has recorded 60 wins. As someone who has been part of this franchise, how would you describe how special this team has been?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, to have all of this in your history as a franchise, very important. And it also gives the present people something they have to strive for. And today was a great situation. I really thought being back home, have a day or two rest, really helped them because their defense was superb coming out of the locker room. Man, they were on them. They forced them to take shots they didn't want to take. And I thought that energy level really picked them up and made them a lot better on the defensive end of the floor.
Absolutely. It was a balanced attack, but Jarrett Allen finished with his 39th double-double of the season. He's standing by with Serena Winters.
Thanks, Kaylee. Jarrett, quite a response today after not necessarily playing the best basketball recently, right? What fueled just the game all around tonight?
Yeah, Kenny had some words in the locker room before the game, and it just got us fired up.
What can you share with us about how that fired you up? Maybe a more PG version of what he said.
He just said we can go out there and be physical, but we have to be smart about it. We have to be the aggressors. We have to attack on every single play.
And that you guys were. I mean, you look at the scoring, too, all around. You were one of 3 players tonight that scored at least 20 points in this game. How important was it for everybody to collect tonight?
It's important for us to share the ball. We thrive off of assists. We thrive off of playing fast and make sure everybody touches it.
The atmosphere felt different in here tonight. It's interesting, the dog days of the season, and yet the atmosphere was huge. Kenny said it might feel like playoff style in here tonight. Why was this game different?
Just the fans came in here on the matinee game and, made this like a playoff type atmosphere. Honestly, it's one of those games where we needed every single bit of the fans.
25 points for you, 12 rebounds. Look, you just faced this team in LA not too long ago. We know that game. Ivica had a big game. What responsibility did you feel to deliver out there?
Right. I feel like I wasn't aggressive enough in that game. I feel like I let them bully me on the boards, and I wasn't as strong enough as I should have been. So this game, I just attacked every single time I could.
There was no bullying around J.A. out there tonight. Talk to me about Isaac Okoro, because sometimes he doesn't get enough credit, but he came out there, the all-around game that he had. How great of an Isaac game was this?
Yeah, Isaac, he's so underrated in what he does for this team. Every single night he comes out, gives his full effort. He shot an air ball, but then the next shot went in, so he's ready to take every shot in turn and just take it day by day.
I love the day-by-day reference. The real fans know what that means. Donovan Mitchell, once again, just a few assists shy from a triple-double here tonight. He did it all, and a huge play there at the end. How important was he?
Huge. From the beginning to the end, he was the X factor in this game. Whether it was scoring, getting assists, even rebounding the ball. He almost had a triple-double, like you said. He was very integral to this game.
Lastly, Jarrett, I can't even tell you the last time that you guys had 2 days at home. You'll be home for 2 days without any travel. How much you looking forward to that? What is Jarrett Allen going to do?
Hopefully it's not raining and I can enjoy the weather outside, but it's just good to kick my feet up, relax in a good city.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kaylee.
Serena, thank you. Jarrett Allen is the picture of efficiency. AC, he went 11-12 from the floor, finishing with 25 points and 12 rebounds. Again, his 39th double-double of the season, leading this team. How did you see his impact felt on both ends of the floor?
Well, all I can tell you is when he plays like this and the Cavs go to him, the Cavs are a totally different team. And you see the difference in the last time they played the Clippers and this time. They didn't give him a lot of action. He had a tendency to kind of let the game get away from him. But tonight, they gave him the ball. He attacked. And when he's attacking, it opens up things for everybody. Even Mobley had easier opportunities because of what he was doing.
Yeah, Jarrett said he wasn't physical, he wasn't aggressive enough in that last meeting with the Clippers. Well, in this matchup today, he certainly came out on top. Again, 25 points and 12 boards for Jarrett Allen. For more on today's game, let's head upstairs now as we welcome in John Michael and Brad Doherty. And guys, John, you heard it in particular talking to Kenny Atkinson before the game. He said this one's going to feel like a playoff game, and in this building, it certainly did.
Yeah, no question about it. Boy, this was a fun game. It was well played right down to the wire, and the Cavaliers led once again by Donovan Mitchell. We don't have to talk about the 24 points. Let's talk instead about the 12 rebounds, the 7 assists, and the 4 steals, 2 of which came in the final minute to seal the deal. When your number one player is putting forth that kind of an effort in game, we're in the final stretch of the season, Brad. We only have 7 more after tonight. It just speaks volumes to what this team is all about.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I know Donovan has taken it upon himself, and the emphasis within himself is to play harder at all times. And that's what I noticed. All of these stats you're talking about are effort plays, effort stats. That last loose ball on the floor, you saw him go down between 2 of the Clippers, and he's the one that came out with that basketball. He is not going to be denied. And when your leader plays this way and leads like this, only good things can happen.
Flat out momentum shifting plays when the Cavaliers needed it the most. Here's what he's done over the last 3, but that minute was terrific. I mean, you can't say enough about what it means to this team in terms of just possession by possession down the stretch. I mean, the Clippers were coming. They weren't stopping. And if Mitchell doesn't dig out that ball from Norman Powell on the ground, a ball that frankly he had no business taking away from Powell, and then makes the play, of course, at the end of the ball game to knock it away from Jones and save it as well. Spectacular.
I agree. And this was a great basketball game. Yeah. Both teams played really, really well. But at the end, the last play of the game, Donovan Mitchell running out in the tunnel and diving for that basketball. That's the epitome of what this team has to be if we're going to have tremendous success at the end of April.
2 well-earned off days coming up for the Cavs. It feels good. We were talking up here, guys, about just how good it feels to beat a quality team playing, frankly, some of the best basketball right now in the NBA. I mean, the Clippers are rolling. They came in here red hot. They're playing for playoff seeding, trying to guarantee a playoff spot in the Western Conference. They've been brilliant, but the Cavs were better out here today.
Yeah, they certainly were. Hey, Tristan, this game was very important to this Clippers team who, as John mentioned, is fighting for their playoff lives right now, playing some of the best basketball that they have all season. What did a bounce back against a team that's as motivated as they are show about this group today?
No, Kaylee, you're right. Listen, Coach got us fired up in the locker room. He set us up really good in the pregame. He's talking about the NCAA and talking about Duke and talking about how good they are. He said, "Put your seatbelt on. I'm about to chew you guys out." And what the young kids like to call it, they call it a belt to derriere, because we're on a family network. So belt to derriere is how he was in a film session. So we knew we had to be dialed in and locked in for tonight's game.
You know, Tristan, it has to feel good to be back home, sleep in your own bed, and just have a chance to get back into your normal routine.
No, definitely, AC. Look, we've been on the road so much. I forgot what my bed sheet felt like, man. I forgot what the nice, good thread count felt like. So, no, we get get a couple days home and just recalibrate our minds. Coach said it the best when we just finished breaking huddle, that use these days to get our body right, recovery, our sleep, but more importantly, the mental part, right? Because we know what's to come. Right. So mentally, we got to be as sharp as ever right now, because this is the time of the year where we need to be going up and not plateauing or going down.
I got you.
Tristan, it was a super balanced offensive attack here tonight, but the last time these two teams faced off, it was Zubats, who was, quite frankly, dominant. What can you say about the response out of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley here today?
No, the response was great. Like you saw in LA, he had 28 and 20. You know, those are numbers that, they pop out when you look at the game and see where we could have been better at. And tonight our bigs responded. Jay, he had a double-double with 20-plus points in there. And then Evan doing what Evan does. But, those two guys are key to our team. They're our stability. They're our anchor in the back end, especially with the guards we have. They got to be play at a high level to make everyone else's job easier.
Well, 2 days off now, Tristan. It must be a welcome sight for you.
No, I mean, listen, I'm gonna give me some state ready run tomorrow, so I'm excited for tomorrow. Give me a little bump with the young fellas. But like Jay said earlier, and when we interviewed him, hopefully the weather's good. Because last couple times we've been back, it's been snowing or raining. So come on, Cleveland sun, man, give me some sun so I can enjoy myself and walk outside and get some fresh air. Right, AC?
All right, that's right. That's right.
You gotta enjoy those times.
And Tristan, always stay
dangerous.
Tristan, thank you as always. We appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. Take care.
Take care.
And we're to come here on Cavaliers Live. The Cavs with a 5-point victory here today. We'll hear from head coach Kenny Atkinson coming up next.
Right? And we were all talking, about rebound and physicality, compete level, all that. But when your best player does it and leads, and not just the end, right? I thought the whole game, what do you have, 12 rebounds? Like, you say, hey, come on, guys, we got a rebound. No, when you do it, when you take the lead, that's it. That's why we have 60 wins. And I'll group the other three guys in there, J.A., Darius, and Evan, right? Like they weren't losing this game today. And just we have great leadership. They get it. They get what this team needs, and they stepped up tonight.
In the second half, you stuck with your starting lineup for a majority of it. But speaking of just having everybody down the line to be able to play to that level, Max Strus wasn't making shots, wasn't getting a lot of points, but he had 6 assists.
Yeah.
What do you think about his facilitation and how you guys were able to use that lineup?
I did stick with them longer than normal. I stuck with especially Donovan and Evan in longer stints. I was just thinking, man, this is a playoff game. Like that's what's going to be, the playoffs are going to be out. You're rolling. That group was rolling. You stick with them. I think it was game 42. I would have done the normal rotations, but felt like we had to go and get this one for a lot of reasons. Max is, Max, he's such a great competitor, and he's great at all the hit and handback stuff, and can get downhill, and he's probably the guy that throws it to J.A. the most in the role, right? Which is important for us. So, I should group him in with those four, the core four, because he definitely had great contributions tonight. Yeah.
I know that this isn't the end goal and there are still games left to be played, but you guys did reach 60 wins. Third time it's happened in franchise history. Just where did you expect this regular season to go compared to how it has gone so far?
I didn't expect 60 wins. I thought we would, be fighting. Kind of my internal goal was like, can we improve from last year? If that's 1 win, great. If it's 2 wins, great. That was kind of where my mind was. But for this this team to take it to another level, kind of shatter that says a lot. We're not done, right? We still got, still can add to that. Told we got to celebrate this. It's not, not the end goal, but we should take a deep breath, and celebrate 60 wins. It's so hard to do in this league. It's it's a monumental task. So, really happy for the guys.
I know that his assist total wasn't something outrageous today, but do you feel as if Donovan's playmaking has taken a step up as of late?
100. I had someone say that, someone I really respect in the league, from the Spurs. He came up to me, goes, man, Donovan, he's really evolved in terms of, getting other people involved and playmaking, and not just a scorer. I think in Utah, he score, and he is flipped that. He's at that kind of maturity level, mental level, where he can manipulate the game how he wants it, and he even turned down a few. The guys were on him on the bench, like, come on, man, like, shoot it, you're open, and but I think he was thinking, you know what, today, I got to get everybody involved. I have to move it, and again. I would argue this probably for me his best all-around game all year. He did everything tonight, and showed great leadership as always.
So you were talking before the game about the need to balance and want to look guys, lineups, and you guys came out today and played this way, and you played the guys that you played. Why today? Why was today? I mean, you said a minute ago that you really wanted this one.
Yeah,
so
I think that we were, struggling a little, right? In terms of, thinking about the Detroit game, and we just had some not great performances, right? Like, and I know everybody talked about the schedule, and there was some of that, but there was a little more. So I felt like, man, and then thinking about our Clippers game in LA, I thought they took it to us. I told the guys before the game, I said, like, that can't happen again, right? Like, you got Detroit, LA game, I don't want to, walk out of here and be like, well, they, with a more competitive team or they out-physicaled us. So I think take all that together, Joe, right? And it was like, man, we needed to, more maybe for psychological reasons, needed to get this game and get it in a good manner.
The overriding thing is you want to be playing well going into the playoffs. So wherever you land with that is where you land. But you are up 4 games, I think, with 7 to play on Boston. And is that still the number 1 seed? Is that important? Do you want to make sure?
I mean, listen, it is and it isn't. Does that make sense? Like, if I had priorities, I'd rather be playing well and have everybody healthy. That's first priority. Hopefully the first seed comes along with that. And I think it will. I think that's that kind of like that process oriented. We keep doing these things, it's going to work out, but there's no, with the guy, hey man, we got to get the next game. We need the first seed. That's not the mentality. I think if we keep on the kind of the philosophy mentality that we're on right now, I think it'll end up happening.
With the win here today, the Cavaliers' magic number is down to 4. Austin, 4.5 game lead on the Boston Celtics. Every one of these games is going to matter for the Cavaliers.
Yes.
And it's getting a little bit closer now because Boston is, let's just face it, they're starting to play some really good basketball.
Yes, they are. I've been watching the last 2 or 3 games. They are serious about what they're doing. But I understand what Coach is saying about not getting yourself too caught up in that number 1 seed. But tonight was a perfect example of why you want home games in your favor, because the Cavs came out, their defensive effort was much better. The crowd got them involved. That's a huge advantage going down the end. They were getting steals because they were energized even in the fourth quarter. You have to have that. To me, that's the best way to beat the Boston Celtics if you get that far.
There is no question. The Cavaliers fans are the 6th man in this building. They showed up on a nightly basis. They certainly showed up here tonight. Hustle plays like this from Donovan Mitchell will help them get the 1 seed. The Cavaliers coming away with a 5-point victory today. The Cavaliers record win number 60 here today for just the 3rd time in franchise history as they take down the Clippers 127-122. The offense got rolling here tonight. Austin, 15 made threes, 7 different Cavaliers hit a 3, and they seem to come when the team needed it most. Why is when the Cavaliers get back to playing their system of ball, why does this sort of thing open up?
Well, because the ball movement, the energy on defense is really what I was impressed with, and that's what seems to happen when they get like this. When their energy on defense comes, they start running off of not only turnovers, but off of rebounds. Yep. And all of a sudden, everybody gets into the act and they get like a happy feeling.
Yeah, you see it in the numbers. Outscoring the Clippers 30-8 in the fast break. They outscored them by 20 in the paint. Yep. But Austin, the emphasis coming into today's game was offensive rebounds. The Clippers just dominated, and quite frankly, a lot of the teams as of recently have dominated the Cavaliers on the offensive glass. The Cavaliers held the Clippers to just 10 offensive boards here today. What was different about their approach?
Their energy. I really think they were tired on that road trip, and then coming back home and then going right back out. They were tired. And you could just see they were more involved in the blockouts, blocking out people. They were more involved in defensive going over the picks and they were fouling, but at the same time, they were aggressive doing it. And that's what I could tell. Everything was going in the right direction because they had the proper energy to make it work. And you could see that the Clippers, now think about it, other teams would make us feel them on the offensive end. tonight we made them feel us, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, no question. Well, 6 Cavaliers scored in double figures. Evan Mobley was one of them. He finished with 22 points. He added 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Austin, this is what we've pretty much come to expect from Evan Mobley throughout the season, a complete stat line. Similar to J.A., how did you feel his impact on both ends of the floor?
It was unbelievable. But it's always that way. I mean, this year has been his year. I mean, he's done that. I mean, defensively, he just shut him down. He was blocking shots. He was arranging shots. But what I was impressed with was the first shot he took from 3. That was really a tone setter for the game.
Yeah, there's no question. You got to respect that he has the range to knock down the triples. Yes. Austin Tower City, they came out extra motivated, and we heard Jarrett Allen talking to Serena about it. Kenny Atkinson seems like he laid into them in the locker room here today. Both of these guys were relatively quiet in Detroit, and you were out there in that Pistons game. What is it about this duo and how they're able to respond when the next game comes?
That's so important because that's playoffs. The playoffs are just like that. You're going to have games where you don't play well, game number 2, but you got to come back and do game number 3 and make up for it. And you might have to go on the road and do it. So, and if the Cavs get home court advantage, that could happen easily. They could win the first game, lose the second game, got to go to the opponent's court, and now you have to win that third game. It's a lot of that is going to happen, and the Cavs are starting to mentally get themselves into the groove to understanding that.
The team now has some experience, and they're also building more confidence as the season progresses. 7 games remaining, but the Cavaliers today locking in win number 60 as they take down the Clippers 127-122. We got plenty more coming up here on Cavaliers Live. The Cavaliers had 3 players score 20 or more for the 23rd time this season and 6 scoring in double figures as the Cavaliers improved to 32-5 here at Rocket Arena, taking down the Clippers 127-122. Most notably, after today, the Cavaliers now have 60 wins on the season for just the 3rd time in franchise history. And Austin, we talked about it up the top, but obviously this is a huge feat and something that just really doesn't happen very often in the NBA anymore.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you hardly ever see 60 wins come up anymore. I mean, it's just not possible because of the traveling, the injuries, the situations like that. But the Cavs have played through that all season and had success playing through it.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's almost hard to believe that a season ago they were the 4 seed with 48 wins.
Right. Isn't that amazing?
It really is amazing.
Right.
Well, we're winding down now, 7 games remaining in the regular season, so we should take a look at the bracket. We're going to keep revisiting this now, Austin, and it looks very similar to what we saw just a few days ago because no movement when it comes to those play-in teams. But as of now, again, the magic number is 4 for the Cavaliers. They'll play whoever gets that 8 seed. So it's one of Chicago, Miami, Orlando, or Atlanta. All 4 of those teams, certainly not easy, but it would benefit the Cavaliers greatly if they can lock in that 1 seed and have home court advantage, at least through the Eastern Conference.
Exactly right. That would be what the doctor ordered, to have that home court advantage all the way through, because when you have to have a game 7, with these fans, you have a distinct advantage.
Yeah, no question. Well, the Cavaliers are certainly happy to be back because they have not been home for 2 games in a row in about 18 games.
I mean, who put the schedule together? Me.
Well, Austin, you've been on the road too, so you must be pretty happy to be home.
Me. I experienced a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're feeling it. So the Cavaliers will not play again until Wednesday. They have 2 games off, and obviously we're gearing up for what is the postseason in just a few weeks, Austin. But how important is it for the Cavaliers to really utilize these next 2 days for rest? When you look at the calendar and you see there are no more 2 days in between until the actual play-in tournament begins.
That's amazing, isn't it? I didn't realize that.
Quite literally a sprint to the finish.
That's right. It's a sprint to the finish. So that's why you want to get into a winning formula, because the games come so fast. You don't have time for practice. You don't have time for a lot of things that you get into a routine with. That's why you want to be playing well going through the rest of the schedule.
Cavaliers welcoming the Knicks next game, Austin. What do you expect? Jalen Brunson was cleared for activity, but he's not expected to be able to play by Wednesday.
Right, that's right. Which is interesting because the Cavaliers, they're gonna. Well, you know what you're gonna get from the Knicks.
Yeah.
You're gonna get an in-your-face kind of game, and they're gonna come and try to bully you. So what you have to do is sharpen up those elbows a little bit and get those arms ready to get physical and play physical with these guys. Let them know one thing. You come here, it ain't happening here.
Well, one of those guys that's going to need to get physical is Evan Mobley. Let's head down to the locker room and hear more from him.
Evan, why was it important to come out the way that you guys started this game?
I feel like I feel like we definitely started off great this game. Last game didn't play the best against them, so Kenny got into us prior to the game and really wanted us to come out strong. And I feel like when our starting five is playing like we did this game, it's tough for us to lose.
What about Kenny's message resonated with you?
Just his energy behind it mostly. You could definitely tell that he was definitely invested in this game, and this is a big game for us. And everyone locked in after that speech, and I feel like we played our brand of basketball.
Do you like how vocal your teammates are during pretty much every time we talk to you about being Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely support me. I feel like this year, how I've been playing, definitely deserves Defense Player of the Year. And,
who deserves it?
Me, for.
In a real way. In a real way. Tell him.
But yeah, I feel like me.
Over Evan Mobley. Over everybody.
What they said. But anyways.
Bro did it. You do it. He did it. You do it.
Anyways.
DPOY.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Tell him one more time. I just want to hear it one more time. I'll leave.
DPOY.
Who?
Evan Mobley.
Anyway. This is the most I've seen you smile.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just a humble guy. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there, play my brand of basketball. Try not to talk too much. But, I mean, shout out to my guys for supporting me always. I mean, defense wins championships, so.
What has been Kenny's role in your guys' climb up the standings this year?
I mean, just supporting us. That's his strongest strength, I feel like. Anytime we're going a down period or lose one or two games, he's always there to pick us up, lift us up, look at the positives, and still focus on some of the things we need to fix, but always look at the positive and keep our mental at a high rate.
When he talks about why you guys are where you are, he never takes any credit for himself. So I think we have to ask you, how much credit does he deserve for helping you guys get where you're at?
I mean, I think it's a lot of credit. He definitely puts in the work. I mean, anytime we lose or have a tough game, I know he's up all night looking at film and ready for the next day. And I mean, that's a good leader right there.
You guys haven't had many rough patches, but how is that chemistry that we just got to witness there gotten you through some of these tough times, especially these recent stretches?
Yeah, I mean, our whole team is very together at this point, and we've been that way the whole entire season. I feel like that's why we are where we are, and we got to keep it that way throughout this playoffs, and that's going to take us to the end.
How does it feel for this team to reach 60 wins?
Feels real good. That's a hard accolade to get, especially in this league of how many good teams there are out there. And, I mean, it just goes to show how good of a season we're having so far.
Evan, you got 7 games left. What does this team need to do between now and the start of the playoffs to be firing on all cylinders when that starts?
Just keep playing how we did tonight. Come out firing, everyone ready to play defense and offense, and just keep playing together throughout the whole entire game. And that's how you win games and win championships.
Evan, do you think this team had taken its foot off the gas, or whatever cliche you want to use there? Think you'd let up a little?
I mean, we got 60 wins, so I wouldn't say we'd let up, but there was just a rough patch and a little adversity. I felt like it fueled us even more. And these past next few games, we're going to definitely be even more locked in and be ready for the playoffs.
Kenny said that number 1 seed was important, but it wasn't important, that if you continue to get wins, it just happens naturally. Is it in the back of your mind? Is that important to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone wants to get number 1 seed. We're right there. We're definitely capable of getting it. So that's what we're going for.
Max had 6 assists tonight. A lot of them came to you and Jarrett.
what does it mean to have a guy that can take shots but is willing to give up the ball and has such a good two-man game with both of you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Max in the two-man game, pick and roll, he's great at it. Knows when to hit the pocket, when to lay it up. And if not, if you go under, I mean, he's going to shoot it. So, it's definitely a deadly weapon.
Let's talk a little bit about the competitive fire that you guys needed to take the psyche, to take that to the next level, especially this next game. You said he challenged you personally. What was that like to have someone that you trust all season to say he wants more from you, and how did you respond?
It was good. I mean, he's definitely right. Everyone, I feel like we definitely got to pick up our competition, especially going into the playoffs. That's a big factor in winning games in the playoffs. So, I feel like tonight we did that, and we got to keep carrying that forward.
Jackson. That's going to do it for Cavaliers Live here today. The Cavaliers reporting win number 60 on the season as they take down the Clippers 127-122. 6 Cavaliers scored in double figures, 3 with 20 or more. The Cavaliers now have 2 days of rest before they're back in action on Wednesday as they welcome in the New York Knicks. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 with a 7 p.m. tip-off. For Austin Carr and our entire crew, I'm Kaylee Griffin. We'll see you Wednesday.